Okay, how exciting. We have a guest today, and I am so happy to have Tracy Beavers with us today. Tracy and I met inside of the Entreprenista community, and today you're not walking on your walking pad while we're talking. I feel kind of like disappointed that you're not like in movement, you
I
know?
know. Fun fact, I am standing on it because this is where it's located. But if I am doing anything that requires a superb amount of articulation and intelligence, no, it's not happening. So, yeah, you guys do not want me walking on the walking pad while I'm trying to,
Have a
deliver them
conversation.
live. Yeah, an intelligent conversation. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. So,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about you and what you do, and then we're going to jump into probably the most popular myth that I hear all the time, and I'm sure you do too. So,
Mhm.
let's get started.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again. This is really fun. So, I'm Tracy Beavers. I'm a business and sales coach located in Little Rock, Arkansas. And my forte is helping online entrepreneurs, so coaches, course creators, and the service providers that want to work with them. So, like website designers, copywriters, um, build into the online space in a way that feels authentic, where they can ramp up their visibility on social media without it being frustrating, irritating, overwhelming, all the things we feel,
All the things.
all the things, but also with, I was about to say strategery. Maybe I should get on the walking pad with strategery so that all of that visibility doesn't just disappear into the air. I want it to grow their email list because, as you know, the email list is one of the only things we own as business owners. And if these social media platforms just went poof and disappeared, what would we do? We'd have to have a way to contact our people, and the email list allows you to do that. So I help you get massively visible where your audience says, Salen, I see you everywhere, but you're not everywhere. It's just the strategies
Exactly.
that I teach. Yeah.
That's what we definitely need, right? Because we have so many balls in the air that we're trying to juggle. So I love simplicity. So let's dive in with the big elephant in the room. Is Facebook dead? And tell me what your thoughts is on this.
Absolutely. It is not dead. And I love this topic because in so many of the communities that I'm in, when I share with people that I have organic strategies to grow their email list, to bring in more leads, and that I built my multi six figure business on Facebook, solely on Facebook, there's like this audible gasp. They're like, what? And I'm like, no, it's true. And when I first started building this business, Instagram was not anything that I used. I was like, I don't even want to go there. I'm only on it now because I have an assistant that puts our stuff there and makes me look awesome. LinkedIn back at that time was the place to go if you needed a job or you wanted to get recruited for a job. It wasn't what it is now. So that left me with Facebook, and it was something that I knew. It was a known. I knew how to navigate the platform. I knew how to squeeze every nook and cranny out of it. But even statistically, Facebook is still the number one platform. 3.07 billion monthly users, monthly. And out of that, the last statistic I saw was that around 53.9% of those, if I'm not mistaken, are women. And the number one age group is a lot younger than people think it is. All of our ideal clients are on there, and whether they want to admit it or not, you know, and people do have this love dislike relationship with social media platforms. And I hear that a lot too. Oh, I hate Facebook. And I'm like, look, do I love it? Do I, from a personal standpoint, I don't need to love it in order to leverage it to build a business and to reach my ideal clients and to make the income I want and to help them make the income they want. So
Yep.
that's my 2 cents on it. But the statistics don't lie. You know, TikTok might be popular, but who knows if it's going to be hanging around for much longer. Instagram and LinkedIn are popular, but how much actual engagement and community can you get on those platforms? That is one of the things that sets Facebook apart, is those Facebook groups, which is one of many strategies that I teach about the platform.
So I love that, right? So let's just shout that from the rooftop. Facebook is not dead. Your ideal clients are there, right? And I know I work with many younger women
Mhm.
and they're all on Facebook. It's actually like a small percentage, like maybe 1% of women will say to me, "I'm not on Facebook." And I'm like, "Well, guess what? If you have a business, then you need a Facebook page for your
Exactly.
business." And they're like, "Oh, I have that." And I'm like, "So you're on Facebook."
See, there
Right?
you are on Facebook. You have a personal profile. You have it just because they don't use it.
Mhm.
But that's such a big mistake. I'm so glad you and I share this.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, so let's talk about your sweet spot, Facebook groups, right?
Yeah.
Because I know for a while they were super hot. Like,
Mhm.
I think it got really big probably again during COVID, right?
Mhm.
When everyone was working from home. But, I
Mhm.
think one of the challenges that I hear from women is they want to start a Facebook group and then they do, and they're stuck in that like a couple hundred members mark, right?
Yeah.
Like, tell me why Facebook groups are the sweet spot in business, and how to get them rocking and rolling so they
Yeah.
work for you.
Yeah. So I teach over 10 strategies in my 8-week group coaching program, which will be reopening in January. And really, they're all, I teach Facebook, but you can take what I'm going to teach and take it to a different platform. I have students that take it to LinkedIn and rock the house with it. But what I love about Facebook is what you just mentioned. LinkedIn has groups, but they're really not active. They're really, to me, it's really not a community. It's really not a group. So I love to teach, not only should you consider having your own free Facebook group as a community builder and a list builder and a visibility builder and an income generator, but also how to navigate other people's Facebook groups where your ideal clients and maybe or your collaboration partners are hanging out, and
Mhm.
getting how you can get visibility in those groups, even the ones that don't allow promotion of any kind. So those are two different strategies about groups that make that powerful. Because you can consider having your own group, which I do. I've got over 4,000 online entrepreneurs in there. They're all my ideal client. That group, by the way that I teach people to set their membership entry questions up, the way that I teach, people want to give me their email address when they come join my group. They want to be in the group because we offer free networking sessions, which all of our entrepreneurs are looking for, right? Quality ones.
Yep.
They're looking for help with their businesses. So I offer live Q&A, ask me anything calls once a month for my members. And so just by doing that, I am giving away really great content and support, but I'm staying top of mind. And I have a reason to then DM you, which makes my relationship with you even more powerful. Because when you join my group, I'm going to send you a welcome DM. I am
Mhm.
so excited you're here. Welcome to the Be a Confident Entrepreneur group. Did you know you can do this, this, and that in my group? And we have these free fun events. Would you like to hear more? And you're going to go, yeah, of course I would. And then you and I are going to have a conversation. And I'm also going to ask you when you come into my group, one of the questions I ask is, what's the goal you have? And by asking you what your goal is, I know what your struggle is. A lot of people make that mistake. They want to know what their client's struggle is. Nobody wants to talk about their struggles. So if I flip it and make it a positive question and say, what's a goal you have in the next 3 to 6 months? And if you tell me I need to grow my email list. Okay, cool. Let's see. I've got some podcast episodes on this. I've got some free resources on this. What would you like? What do you want off the menu? And you're going to go, I'd love some podcast episodes. So I'm going to give those to you. Guess then what I'm going to do next? I'm going to be able to follow up with you.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Here they are. Can I check in with you next week and see what you thought? And we're going to have a conversation. And
Yeah.
I'm going to more effectively move you through my sales funnel with this free Facebook group than if you and I just met on LinkedIn and had a cold DM conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just that one thing alone about Facebook just makes it a home run, in my opinion.
Definitely. I agree with all of that. So let's talk about the question that I'm sure so many women are thinking to themselves, wow, that sounds like a lot of work, right? Like, can I automate that? Can I use a VA? Can I like use a
Mhm.
chatbot for that? Like, What's your opinion on those kinds of things in really curating an amazing group?
Love this question because it does feel like it would be a lot of work, right? But it's not. And I'll tell you why. I'm proof. I built this business alongside my full-time corporate job and two very busy kids. At the time, they were in high school and middle school. They played every sport that had a ball. We were busy. And when I decided from the beginning, the reason why I built my free group is because I couldn't find one I liked. All now there's a lot better groups now. But back then, people didn't really know how to have a community. They would have a group, but it ended up being like a billboard for everybody's stuff. And people were just posting and promoting and spamming each other. And I was like, no. So I built my group because I couldn't find one like it. And I wanted to build a true community. But I didn't have a lot of time. And so what I help my students do in my program when they want to start a free group, because they say that same thing, they're like, I don't know if I have time for this. I'm like, what do you have time for? Would you have time to do 3 posts every week in your group? And they're like, yeah, probably, because you can repurpose some content in different places, right? Would you have time to push the live button and talk to your group members live once a week for 10 minutes? They're like, yeah. I'm like, let's do it. That's all you need. You just need some consistent content where your group members know what to expect. And if from the get-go, they're only expecting you to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do it. Monday could be a win. Wednesday could be me showcasing my podcast. Friday could be, hey, a fun this or that poll, or asking their thoughts on a live workshop topic. Or the most important thing about the group, though, is making sure they know what they can and can't do in the group. In my group, you can promote your stuff anytime. You don't even have to ask me. You're encouraged to engage with other people. So I want to let them know that from the beginning. And then creating a community. And the way I like to look at it is when people come into my group, I know you. I know who you are and I know what you want. And I will connect you with the people that will get you what you want. So like if one of my members posts in the group and says, I'm stuck in Kajabi and I'm about to throw my computer through the window, I'm like, I got you. I know the members in my group that are the Kajabi experts, and I'm like, let me tag them for you. Now, did that make me any money right then in that moment? No. Will it keep me visible and known as a warm, kind person that genuinely wants to help and is supportive? Yeah. And will that translate into money over time? Probably at some stage. So the free group does not have to take a lot of time. You do want some of the content to be more curated than what they could see from you on your regular Facebook or your LinkedIn or your Instagram. So it does need to be a little bit different and more engaging. But like in my program, I've got a custom GPT that helps you do it. So yeah it's not a lot of work.
I love that. So now that we know Facebook's not dead, we know that it's not going to take over your life running a group. How do we turn that group into building your email list?
Yes, that comes from two different strategies. The first is, this is a huge mistake I see people making. Well, I'm going to give you 3. First of all, they're leaving their free Facebook group as the best kept secret on the internet, meaning that people don't know about it. People only know about my group because I'm posting about it at least once a week. I am talking about it on live interviews and podcasts. Come join my free Facebook group. It's called Be a Confident Entrepreneur. I have it showcased on the cover photo of my Facebook personal profile. Every time you turn around in one of my funnels, I'm inviting you to my free group. So if you grab one of my free lead magnets, after you opt in, that thank you success page is going to have an invitation to my free group. The email I send you with the lead magnet in it, did you know I have a free Facebook group? Click here to come join us. Inside the lead magnet, personal note from me. Hey, did you know I have a free Facebook group? Click here to join. You're like, I can't get away from this girl. Every time I turn around, she's invited me to her group. So people have to know you've got it, and you have to make it visible, and you have to promote it. Second thing that I see people making is those membership entry questions. We need to write those in a way that gives you market research, that gives you their email, where they say, yes, here's my email address. I want the free thing you're offering me. And we write those in a way that keeps you GDPR compliant, just in case people in your audience are in the UK, especially Germany, Europe, where places where the GDPR compliance for email is really, like a big serious thing. But it's in the way we set up those entry questions. And then I do have people that will want to join my group that I've invited to my group that will not give me their email address. And my students are like, they're not giving me their email address now. What do I do? Well, what we do is we make sure that inside your group, you're promoting your free lead magnets. You're promoting things that grow your list. So if you wanted to come join my group and you didn't want to give me your email address upon entry, that's okay. If I know who you are, I've invited you, or I can see that you're coming in from another community where I know the kind of person, you know what I mean? Like I know you're an online entrepreneur. I'm going to let you in because I'm confident that through the content that I give you in the group, at some stage you will join my list. It'll happen.
That's amazing. And just to repeat, your email list is the only thing that we own. And I think so many people focus on social media, but then when we look at what it is, their actual property, it's their email list. And so they might have 100,000 followers, but 100 emails or 1,000 emails. And it's like, so that is so huge.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm loving this conversation. So we get them in the group. So let's say that someone today is listening and she's saying, okay, I have a group, but I feel like it's dead. What is your biggest tip for a dead group?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had students in this last round of Business Visibility Made Easy say the same thing. One of them came into the program. She was like, I had a group. It was crickets. She was really frustrated by it. She was like, it's crickets. I just paused it. I'm not even sure if I want to talk about it. I'm like, it's okay. I've got other strategies I can teach you. I'm never going to say you've got to do this or you won't be successful. And so I just let her kind of, talk about it. And then a little by little, she was like, okay, I think I could do this. Okay, I think I'll revive it. Because she said to me, it's dead. And I said, okay, first of all, when somebody says to me their Facebook group is dead, we need to go look at the analytics. You know this as a business coach. The numbers do not lie. They do not lie. We don't go on a feeling. We go on, what do the numbers say? So the first thing I do when someone tells me their Facebook group is dead is I say, hey, let's go to the analytics board. Get into your dashboard. We're going to go to the engagement section. We're going to get you an engagement percentage based on the total number of active members in that group versus the total number of engaged members. I'm sorry, total number of overall members versus the total number of active members. That's what I meant to say. And that's going to give you a percentage. Now, based on the size of your group, you want the percentage to fall in a certain area. So if the group is like less than 1,000 people, you want that engagement percentage to be 50% or higher. Yeah. But if it's at 30%, that's not a dead group. It's not dead at all. There's 30% engagement in there. There are people in there that are active. You just don't know they are because they might not be liking and hearting and commenting. But when you have a post, and you know this, even on LinkedIn, if you are seeing just a little bit of the copy and you have to click that more button to see the whole post, Facebook records that as engagement. So they may be watching you live and not say a word, and you don't know they're watching you live. They may be reading every single thing you put in the group and not commenting at all.
Yeah.
But they're there and they're consuming it. So at first we have to look at the numbers. And then I want to scan through the group. I want to do an audit, and I just want to look. What kind of content are you posting? Because sometimes we think we're posting content for engagement because we know that's what we want out of it, when in reality, what we're doing is making a statement where people are like, oh, that's cool. But their brain isn't saying, oh, she's asking me to say what I think too.
Yeah.
Well, I want to look at your content and I want to put it through the engagement lens of, are you really asking people to say what they think in this moment? And then also, are you running it as a community? The more you can engage your people, because we have to go first, the more I can engage my people and tag you when someone needs your expertise, or tag someone for you when vice versa. the more that I'm active with you in the DMs and reminding you that, hey, did you see this post? We'd love to know your opinion. That is what builds the engagement over time.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's such a huge concern, right? I remember when I got into the online space, it was like, oh, start a group. And so you started a group and it was like, okay, does anyone want to join? And,
Yeah.
all of those things. And so just one more kind of side question on that.
Mm-hmm.
So probably all day, every day, I have virtual assistants who reach out to me, and I love virtual assistants. I have a team of them who say, I can build your group for you, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can get people in there. What's your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
on that? Yay, nay?
It really depends on how it's being done. One of the mistakes I make that I see people making is my group is owned by me, Tracy Beavers, and people know that. My assistant periodically will schedule our posts in my free group when I'm on vacation or when I'm sick or when I'm on a deadline. Now, that's not best practice, because if it's under her name, if they're not seeing my name on it,
Yeah.
and I'm losing that connection. Now, if she changed her name and used a personal profile that said something like Tracy Beavers Team, that would be better. Then she could go ahead and schedule the posts and do the content that way. But I still need to be in there engaging, welcoming people in. It's my party.
Yeah.
It would be like if you walked into my house and my neighbor greeted you and you're like, where's Tracy? Tracy's sitting over there in the corner and she's not talking to you. That's weird. So we have to be very careful. There are some things you can automate. There are some things you can streamline, but we have to be careful about what those things are. My assistant does a beautiful job of organizing all of the content for the week. So it takes me 20 minutes. I grab it off the Trello board. I go in and I schedule it. It's done. And it's being posted under my name, which I love. Now, technically, she could log in as me on Facebook using my username and password. Absolutely do not recommend that. If Facebook sniffed that out, they would shut us down just quicker than you can say Rumpelstiltskin. So I don't recommend that. And then also people have asked me, well, can my assistant send DMs for me? Again, if they're sending the DM, first of all, they've got to be friends with that person or they're not going to see it. It'll fall into that weird part of the messenger where people don't see things right away. Yeah. If they're sending it from a DM that says Tracy Beavers Coaching or Tracy Beavers Team or Alanis, Tracy Beavers Team, okay. But still, when you're building this thing, I really feel strongly it's got to be you. Now, I do have a messenger. I have a CRM system that I love called Group Track that has been around for about 6 years. And it helps me track all the leads, all the DMs, all the things for my Facebook group and all of my leads on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. So I will use an automated DM feature periodically through Group Track to send bulk DMs when I'm going into launch of my program, just to let people know, hey, did you know I'm having this live masterclass? I'd love for you to come, because I can send out 100 to 150 DMs a day. Yeah. Using that tool, but that's the only time I'm going to do anything like that.
Yeah. So good. This was such a good conversation. Okay. So everything was gold, but what do you want to leave us with? And I'm guessing, I was going to ask you, how should people connect with you? But I'm guessing you're going to say, join my Facebook group.
Yeah. Come find me on Facebook. I'm easy to find. The group's called Be a Confident Entrepreneur, Get Visible, Grow Your Email List and Your Income. I mean, it's a win for them because you can promote your offers anytime. I've got networking sessions that are super fun. We've got one happening this Friday. I do live Q&As. Last month was Ask Me Anything About Lead Magnets. On December 17th, I'm doing one, Ask Me Anything About Launching. And those are free. Yeah. It's a give back for me to support the people that are in my group, to answer their questions, also give them a taste of what it's like to coach with me so that they can decide if they want to join one of my programs or hire me one-to-one or, whatever works best for them. But yeah, come find me on Facebook. I also have a podcast called Create Online Business Success. It's been around for about a year and it's been so much fun. Lots of great tips there about all kinds of things related to business, not just Facebook.
That's amazing. Well, I'm so grateful for having you on here. I feel like we, really put down the myths about Facebook and all of those kinds of things and let everyone know that it's not dead, it's here. You're building a multi six figure business with it. And most likely, your ideal client is on Facebook and you don't even realize it. So
Yeah.
it could be that gold mine that you've been looking for all
Mhm.
year. So if you want to learn more, you did say that your program might be opening in January. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yep.
So we'll start January 14th with promotion for my live master classes. And if people are curious, the URL to go to the program is called Business Visibility Made Easy. They can
Mhm.
go to tracybeavers.com/BVME, Boy Victor Mary Edward, and check out the details and get on the wait list. Because if they're a waitlister, they get VIP bonuses that nobody else gets.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So get your plan in place and really jump back into Facebook if you have not been on there for a while. Both of us agree that it is a gold mine that you probably don't give as much value to as you should. So, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on today. I so appreciate you. I love seeing your tree in the background, so festive. And if anyone has any questions or wants to contact Tracy, the best place is jump into her Facebook group and pay
Yeah.
attention to the process as you go through it. So then you know how she does it. And so you're prepared for her launch in January into her program. So
Thank
thank
you.
you again. Have a great one.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.